Alright. So,
Sandali.
wala pa. Alright. So, magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Muli, ah, ito yung part 2 ng ating episode ngayon with Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza. Ang kanyang pagbabalik dito sa atin. At kanina, Bukni ko, marami tayong napulot na mga aral, mga insights, ay mga malalalim at nag-enjoy ang ating 1,500 na participants doon sa Zoom. At talagang salamat ito, Bukni ko, sa Philippine Association of Social Workers Incorporated. Lahat ng mga officials nila, lahat ng board, pati mga executive officers, executive directors, organizers, at lahat na ng mga members. Biruin mo, Nico, isang karangalan ang mapasama sa ganitong event na ginawa ng Philippine or PASWI Convention. Nico.
Yes, we also would like to acknowledge the PASWI NCR, headed by Professor Bing 14. And then to our game master, Win-Win, for the generous games. And for the yung prepare nilang game natin, online game, Bok Ricky. So we also would like to acknowledge our director, Direct G, for organizing our technical support. And especially, due to consistent demand, ang dami nating nakuhang feeds na we want more. Parang ano to parang we want more. Parang we want more Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza. So given the limited time of this of the PASWI conference for 1 hour, we decided to have this extension to our 4K and have Professor Thelma Lee. Bok.
Yes, pero Nico, bago tayo pumunta doon, dahil nasa kabilang yugto tayo, no? Ng programa at nandyan yung ating panauhin ngayon, Nico. Alam na kung kanina narinig nila yung ating original na awitin para sa mga fellow social workers. Ngayon, Nico, kailangan handugan natin sila ng awitin ng ating 4Ks, ang ating kwentuhan. Kaalaman,
Tahan at kasiyahan.
Ito na.
Yes, sung and written by Ricky Bunao. And hopefully, welcome to 4K. Ano daw, inject dyan? Bok, hindi ka marinig. Bok, we cannot hear you. Bok, yung audio, medyo having some difficulties, technical difficulties, Bok Ricky Bunao. So basically, ayusin niyo muna, Bok. We would like to have some shout out. We have here from Pangasinan, Bok, Pangasinan, social workers. Naibag na bigat na kayo amin. While my partner is fixing his microphone, if you wanted to share and do some shout out, let us know. We have here our dear Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza, our social work icon. So invite your friends, invite our colleagues, invite other professionals to listen and to learn and to be inspired from our very own Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza. Okay, well, nagtanong ako kanina Bok, siguro while you're fixing it, sino yung pwedeng gumanap ng biopic movie ni Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza? Walang nakasagot eh. Kung may nakasagot, bibigyan ko sana Bok ng isang NBBO software. Ayan. Next is, we're live on Facebook, via Facebook. So basically, via FB, for case Facebook. If you have any shout out and any activities right now, this month is the celebration of the National Children's Month. So basically, protektahan po natin ang karapatan ng bawat bata at itaguyod. So, Bok, can you still hear me? Okay. So yes, Bok. Okay, while my partner is fixing, can you hear me? While my partner is fixing his audio, we like to apologize for these technical difficulties. And we would like to greet our fellow social workers from other countries, from India, from Japan, from Korea. We would like to welcome you to our special event with Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza for this 4Case event.
Bok, okay na?
Yes, Bok. That's it.
Ayan. So dahil nagkaroon ng problema, Bok, ng gundi, ay ito kasubuan na natin itong dalawa dito, Bok. Ano? So dapat kaya natin ito. No?
Yes.
Difficulties, talagang itatayo natin yung bandila natin. Ano? At hayaan natin, pasayahin natin sila ng mga konting galaw-galaw dyan, Bok Nico. Habang ikaw nasa screen, sumubay ka na. Alright?
Yes.
4Case jingle.
Yes. Pasabayan na rin natin ang ating mga participants.
Kamustahan at kwentuhan, meron pang kantahan, kasiyahan at tawanan, dagdag na kaalaman. Kamustahan at kwentuhan, meron pang kantahan, kasiyahan at tawanan, dagdag na kaalaman. Sa 4Case FB YouTube channel, sinusubaybayan, manggagawang panlipunan, may matututunan, inspirasyon at karanasan. Kamustahan at kwentuhan, meron pang kantahan, kasiyahan at tawanan, dagdag na kaalaman. Kamustahan at kwentuhan, meron pang kantahan, kasiyahan at tawanan, dagdag na kaalaman. Sa 4Case FB YouTube channel, sinusubaybayan, manggagawang panlipunan, may matututunan, inspirasyon ng mamamayan. Sa 4Case FB YouTube channel, sinusubaybayan, inspirasyon at karanasan.
Alright, book Nico. Ayun.
Yes.
Oh, ano masasabi?
Parang time to party. Parang panahon ng naalala ko yung mga panahon ni Hagibis. Ngayon, BTS na tayo.
Alright, ayun. Book Nico, itong ano natin ngayon is extended lang. Dahil may mga nag-request kanina na kung pwede pang makarinig kay Prof TLM ng mga kwento, no? Mga kwento. Alam ko, si Prof ay hindi yan maramot pag sa mga kwentuhan eh. Pero kung si Ma'am Prof ay makakapagbigay o pag sabi niya na magpapaalam na si Ma'am Prof dito sa 4K Bokniko kasi napapagod na, ay pwede natin siyang i-allow. At ikaw na lang ang guest ko ngayon, kumanta ka at magbalagtas ka dito sa programa.
Yes, may spoken poetry pa naman tayo ngayon para kay Professor Thelma Lee Mendoza at sa ating mga kapwa manggagawang panlipunan.
Ayan.
Pwede tayo mag-graph.
Oo. So, ngayon, tayo ay na-miss natin yung mga kwentuhan natin ni Prof Thelma nung nakaraan, Bukniko. No? Talagang hitik na hitik yun, ano? Bukniko. Pero talagang sabi nga, nag-i-improve ang panahon. Nagbabago ang panahon, no? Yung ating sinimulan, ngayon Bukniko ay may improvement na, no? So, witness si Ma'am Thelma Lee Mendoza sa mga improvement dito sa 4Ks. At alam ko, si Ma'am Prof ay lagi siyang nanonood nitong ating palatuntunan para makinig din sa mga journey ng ating mga kasamahang social workers and on their field, Bokniko.
Yes, Bok, tama ka. Ang dami rin natin. Alam mo, habang nakikinig tayo, iba-iba yung mga nagte-take notes tayo eh. Iba-iba yung mga learnings na nakukuha natin kay Professor TLM. Na sometimes kailangan pa niyang gumawa ng panibagong maybe third or fourth edition ng libro niya para masulat to. I would like to focus, Professor TLM, napakaganda ng sinabi niyo, integrated method of social work and the importance of systematic and science-based intervention. Parang hindi tayo hit and miss. Siguro isa din sa mga concerns nating mga, syempre, social work practitioners.
So you want me to comment a little yung integrated method?
Yes, Professor.
Yeah.
Given the challenges po ng ating mga social workers na ngayon, so basically nagiging somehow routinary na lang daw yung trabaho nila. So how can we integrate this integrated method, the science and the systematic method of providing intervention?
Yeah. Well, actually, whatever intervention naman a social worker is using, kailangan pa rin ma-observe yung problem-solving process. In other words, a social worker should always keep in mind that the scientific approach to problem-solving with clients who have social functioning problems would involve observance of assessment. Assess mo, gather all the information that's necessary. Hindi naman kailangan lahat ng gusto mong malaman, aalamin mo. Kailangan lang yung talagang kailangang malaman para ma-define mo yung problema ng client, di ba? Ngayon nga, hindi ko alam kung paano gagawin yun because of the pandemic. If you have a client, maski anong problema, sexually abused child or a cultural minority who has been also made victim of abuse by the employment, etc. Paano yun kung online, hindi mo talaga masyadong mai-interview, tapos ngayon may limitation, you can no longer do home visits. Alam mo, nung time ko, parang talagang interviewing namin of families, clients, lagi kami nag-home visit. Ngayon hindi na pwede, but there are times when you have to do a home visit. Battered children, minsan dinala sa ospital yung bata, bugbog, sasabihin ng nanay, nahulog sa hagdanan. Pero pag nag-home visit ka, yung kapitbahay magsusumbong sa iyo, malalaman niya na, ma'am, hindi ho, yung batang yan, walang tigil ng kabubugbog. Or the sibling will say, na masyado talagang nasasakyan yan, etc., etc. So, kailangan pa rin talaga ng skill, in interviewing, which is a very important aspect of assessment before you can define the problem. Minsan kasi pati yung problema is just the presenting problem, pero it may not be the real problem. Diba? Kung minsan sasabihin sa'yo ng nanay, ma'am, ang problema ho namin, wala kaming panggastos, wala kaming pambili ng pagkain kasi iniwanan kayo ako ng mister ko. Sa kanya ang problema, iniwanan ng mister. Pero with careful assessment, careful getting of information, malalaman mo na ang problema yung nanay is unable to perform her role, as a parent, as a wife, etc. So, siguro kailangan pa na i-focus yung helping process, the problem-solving steps. And then malinaw tayo na social functioning talaga. Person, situation, interaction. You always look at the client who is the one presenting the problem, who has the problem, at ano ang situation ng client. If your client is an employee, meron siyang mga problema, maybe wala sa kanya, he's motivated, he's hardworking, etc. Ang situation, ang workplace, the problem is in the workplace. Okay? So mga ganon, ang social worker, napaka-importante ng tamang pagbasa mo ng problema ng client. And then to decide where to intervene. Sa client, baka kailangan kang mag-intervene o sa situation. Baka kailangan ang puntahan mo yung employer, ipaliwanag mo na kaya yung client ganon, hindi kasing sipag, kasing tiyaga, kasing katulad ng dati dahil may problema sa work situation, etc. Yun lang naman siguro ang importante. Alam mo, why are we doing this as social workers? Because ang value natin sa social work is self-realization. Diba? We believe that social workers have to help people fulfill themselves. Yun ang fulfillment, self-fulfillment or self-realization or self-actualization, pare-pareho yun. Ang basic value ng social work. In other words, sa English, sabi na, we believe that every person is capable of becoming something, right? And if you become what you're capable of becoming, then you reach self-fulfillment. Kung Tagalogin mo, ang ganda nun eh. Bawat tao ay may kakayahang maging. At kung ano pa man siya pwedeng maging, at siya'y naging, kung ano pa siya pwedeng maging, yun ang kanyang self-fulfillment. Kaya lang hindi lahat ng tao na fulfill.
Yun.
Because merong barriers, merong blocks. The blocks, the impediments could be in the person, in the client, or the blocks could be also in the situation. So kung malinaw sa'yo kung saan ang problema, that is where you intervene. Napaka-importante ng concept na yun. Ayun, panimula lang. Ayokong humaba masyado.
Prof Thelma, mayroon akong konting shift, Dahil nung mga panahon, alam natin na lahat ng situation or problem nandiyan ng mga social workers, pero in my practice of profession, sa loob ng almost 25 years na nagpa-practice ako ng social work, ang karamihang biases natin sa ating profession ay yung mga kababaihan, kabataan, elderly, PWD. Bibihira po ang ating pinaglilingkurang kalalakihan, lalong-lalo sa usapin ng violence against women and children na nagdiriwang din tayo ngayon. In fact, this week, mula 25 hanggang sa December 12, ay mayroon tayong 18th Day Campaign to End Violence. At maraming mga victims na lumalabas ay mga kababaihan, kabataan. But ang na-realize ko during my practice na if we do not have programs or interventions for those perpetrating or committing violence, ay mukhang malabo ma-resolve ang iba't ibang issues sa mga kababaihan, kabataan na nabibiktima. Prof Thelma, ano po ang iyong comments or inputs diyan, ma'am?
Well, one field of social work practice is corrections. Di ba? Corrections. And pag ikaw social worker in the field of corrections, you deal with criminals. Okay? Yung mild lang yung crime at saka yung serious yung crime. Yung very serious, of course, nandun na yun sa kulungan. So hindi mo na masyadong maaabot. Hindi ko alam kung ngayon meron silang social worker. Alam ko meron silang psychologist, meron sila ng spiritual counselor, but I don't know if meron social worker. Pero ang meron sa courts, there is social work. There are social workers in courts. Regional trial courts, we have family courts in the Philippines, and ang social workers actually are under the Supreme Court. Ang court social workers under the Supreme Court. So they are supposed to help offenders, di ba? So offenders who are on probation, pag probation ka, hindi ka nakakulong, and then you are required to report to the Supreme Court, to the social worker, maybe every 2 weeks or every month. So nag-guide ka, natutulungan ka. Ngayon, yun isang focus. Tapos child welfare work, institutions for juveniles, nandun din ng social workers. So natutunan din nila ng pansin. Kung minsan alam mo, ang medyo problema lang natin siguro, yung work, yung overload. Napakarami ng load na hindi talaga nakakagawa ng masyadong masinsinan o malalimang pagtulong. Yung sasabihin mo yung helping process, yan ang intervention ko. I think yung itong batang ito kaya ganyan because ang problema hindi lang sa kanya, kundi nasa kanyang family, he was a rejected child, etc. etc. So yun kaya siya ganyan because his social functioning problem is the sort of the client and the situation yung nag-i-interact yung ganon. But when you have children na ganon karamihan ng problema, family, ang situation nila na talagang how do you help when you have too many children? Dalawa, tatlo kayong social worker, you have 100 juvenile delinquents in the institution. So hindi mo nagagawa lahat ng intervention na dapat mong gawin. Right? So sa abroad, yung talagang developed countries, ang caseload ng social worker, 1 to 25. 25 clients in an institution, isa kang social worker, talagang magagawa mo ng lahat ng tulong na dapat. You intervene in the client, in the child, you intervene in the family situation. Ganon. So, I know, dapat talaga tuunan, pero medyo tayo maraming problema sa ganyan.
Tama. So, I think siguro sa profession natin, ma'am, ilan-ilan lang kasi ang kumukuha ang mga kalalakihan itong social work profession. Kaya maganda siguro na mai-advocate din ito para may mga interventions din na ma-develop at of course, ma-implement para dito sa pag-counter natin na itong iba't ibang uri ng karahasan, hindi lang sa kababaihan, kabataan, maging sa kalalakihan din at sa iba pang sektor ng ating lipunan.
Ricky, talagang I wish there were more males, there were more men taking up social work. Kasi maraming fields na mas malaking tulong kung lalaki. Hindi ba? Kasi kung minsan may mga hindi pwedeng punta ng mga babae, nakakatakot din naman ang lugar na, delikado. So, at saka a lot of men also are needed talaga eh. A lot of men are also disadvantaged in this country. Right? So, we need more men.
Book Nico. Okay, maganda, disadvantage, Pero maganda 'yan, ma'am, at least kahit paano makatulong, makapag-contribute, just to shed light ng konti. We have this organized itong mga male social workers network, at the same time mga male volunteer, mga advocates ito, ma'am, that is now working and making partnership for the women's groups, women's movement, to really push for the elimination of different crimes involving women and children and other sectors. Kaya we are organizing this, ma'am. In fact, this covers around the Philippines. Mayroon sa military, mayroon sa PNP, mayroon sa mga civilian agencies, sa national government organizations. Kasi maganda na ngayon yung dating na dapat may pakialam na ang bawat isa at nagtutulong-tulong kasi para din naman sa ating bansa ang ating ginagawang advocacy. Ano? So itong mga social workers, ma'am, we really encourage them to do many advocacy work para dito natin ma-highlight yung isa pa nating pag-ukulan ng pansin, yung offenders intervention.
Very good, yes. Yeah. We know that there are also men who are abused, right?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, marami pong mga nakuha na kaming datos ng mga kalalakihan din that they are also suffering domestic or family violence sa kamay ng kanilang mga asawa or other peers living in their homes, Kaya lang itong grupo na ito medyo ayaw pa mag-disclose ng kanilang mga identity dahil itong mga to ay kinokondisyon pa natin. Siyempre may mga interventions pa bago nila i-relay sa public at readiness din, of course, preparedness din.
Very good, yes.
Yeah. Okay, Book Miko. Oh, may mga gusto ko pang ipakwento kay ma'am. Medyo maganda ito. Ito po mga kababayan, mga kasama. May nanonood po tayo, Ma'am Thelma, sa Facebook Live sa atin. Tuloy-tuloy, nasa atin pa rin naman sila. At nagpapasalamat kami na kayo po ay nakisama sa amin dahil ito po ay once in a blue moon lamang na mga opportunity kay ating Professor Thelma Mendoza. At ngayon, Book Nico, may tatanong tayo, baka sakaling mayroong mga imparting message si ma'am. Ito tungkol dito, given your social work education and experiences as a social worker, ma'am, would you still choose or pipiliin pa rin ba ninyo ang maging isang social worker, ma'am?
Absolutely yes. Alam mo, nung ako'y high school, ako'y nangarap na maging isang abogado, isang maging journalist. Pero ako'y nag-college at nag-umpisa ako ng social work. Hindi na ako umalis. Now I am 82 years old. Next year, 83, no? So, I graduated from college. I was 18 years old. I finished my master's degree. I was 22. And since that time, I have stayed in social work. And I mean, it is social work. I will say, honestly, that I am what I am because of social work. In other words, hindi lang ako naging, siguro naman, paano mo sabi, I'm being careful with words Nag-enjoy ako sa pagiging isang teacher, okay? Nagturo ako ng 38 years. Before that, almost 1 decade, ako ay nag-social work practice. And lahat ng yan, many years, 50 years, 48 years total, practice and teaching, are the things that made me what I am. I think I am a better human being because social worker ako. Lahat ng aking napag-aralan, lahat ng aking naranasan sa buhay ay nakatulong yan upang mahubog ang aking kaisipan. At siguro, pati puso ko siguro, that's why I am so aware of the realities in this country. I have some friends na pag dumadaan daw sila sa squatter areas, they just close their eyes because they cannot accept the idea na daming squatters. I do not close my eyes. I open my eyes very wide because I want to see really what is happening, what's going on, and what else can we do, di ba? So, in all my roles as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a citizen, I think social work has helped me. So I will not change it for any other course.
Bok, parang nakikita ko si Samir, nandiyan pa. Samir, Bok. Oh. Si Samir nandiyan pa. Welcome muli, Samir Manzanilla. Bok Nico, ano ang gusto mong ipakanta kay Samir para kay Ma'am Thelma?
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Di ata alam ni Doc Nico yung kakatin ka. Pero kanina, I'd like to inform our 4K's viewers na the song Fly Me to the Moon was actually one of Prof Thelma Lee's favorite. So, kinanta natin yun. But tonight, allow me to sing another song. Actually, pinaprepare ko po sana ito. Para dun sa karaoke night natin with Professor Thelma Lee kapag okay na ang pandemic. So tonight, I will be singing Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. So sa lahat, pwede tayong sumayaw. Pwede pa tayong mag-enjoy because it's Friday!
Yeah.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Lovers chasing the night, pretenders, but chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing. Sweet dancing the night, remember how the stars hold the night away. Come on, body out, say that you remember, body out, dancing in September, body out, never was a cloudy day. So make some light. Body, 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 yeah. My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only we talk and love, remember how when you love us here to stay. Now December, all the love we shared in September. Only we talk and love, remember true love we shared today. Maria, say that you remember, Maria, dancing in September, Maria, never was a cloudy day. Maria, say that you remember, Maria, dancing in September, Maria, golden dreams of shiny days. Hey, woo! Never was a cloudy day. Maria, say that you remember, Maria, dancing in September, Maria, golden dreams of shiny days. Maria, say that you remember, Maria, dancing in September, Maria, never was a cloudy day. Woo! Dancing in September, never was a cloudy day. Yeah. Body up, say that you remember. Body up, dancing in September. Body up, never was a cloudy day. Body up, say that you remember. Body up, dancing in September. Body up, never was a cloudy day. Hey!
Amazing, Samir. Napatoast mo. Cheers! Cheers, Samir. Cheers, cheers. Amazing.
Samir, ha? Napasayaw mo si Prof Thelma Lee Mendoza.
Oo, ngayon ko lang nakitang sumayaw si Prof TLM. Cheers,
At hindi ko nakita na naka-close pala yung video ko, sumasayaw pa naman po ako dito.
Oh, sayang di kita nakita, Samir.
Prof
Alright.
Thelma Lee, inaabangan ko na po yung ating pong karaoke night with the 4Ks team po.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
A toast.
Cheers, cheers.
Din, no? sa tagumpay ng ating Philippine Association of Social Workers Incorporated sa ating convention. Tayong lahat 'yon, no? At at of course, yung ating professor na talagang sa pangalawang pagbabalik ay alive.
Oh, cheers, mabuhay.
Mabuhay ang manggagawang
Mabuhay.
panlipunan.
Mabuhay.
Buhay!
Yeah.
Miko, I sent a question to ask TLM. So,
Yes, Professor Thelma, at this time in your life, do you have any tips, advice, or secrets that you could share to us? And then, may nagtanong dito sa audience, si Winwin yata, bakit daw orange yung pinili yung color ng book niyo?
Actually, yung kulay na yan, advice siya ng aking daughter-in-law. My son and my daughter-in-law, his wife, are both in communication. Sabi nila, the color orange is very good for books because maa-attract daw agad, maski saan mo daw ilagay, makikita agad if they're looking for a book. You know, yun ang sinabi nila. So, they're in communication, so I believe them. Okay?
Yes.
Yun lang ang dahilan.
Yeah. Kaya pag sinabing orange book,
Yeah.
Professor TLM. Right?
Minsan, di na sinasabi kung sino yung author, basta lang orange book.
Kahit nakalimutan mo yung author, basta orange book ka lang na. Parang ano yan, Bok eh. Parang pag sinabing Doc and Bibo, ako na yun.
Pari ko hindi pa pwedeng wala dyan si Ricky Boy. Kanya-kanya.
Yes.
Anyways, Prof, talagang napakasaya ng ating gabi, ma'am. At humanga po ang marami pong mga registered and professional social workers sa iyo pong mga naiambag, mga nai-contribute sa larangan ng social work practice and development. At kami ni Bukniko, ma'am, bagamat kukunti lang kami sa world ng mga social workers kumpara sa mga kababaihan, but we will always support women on their many advocacies along protection, welfare, safety, and pati yung mga kabataan. Kami ni Bukniko, ma'am, ay galing kami sa sektor ng mga nakatatanda, no? At may mga kapansanan, no? Halos naikot na din naman natin Bukniko yan no? Kaya malaki po.
Pati nga military inikot natin, Bok, 'di ba? Tayo yung
Oo nga, pati bit natin ang mga humanitarian na mga knowledge, mga activities na na-introduce, na-inculcate sa akin sa atin, Bukniko.
Yes.
Kung wala akong orange book, hindi ko man maintindihan yan. No? Oo. Kaya kailangan natin yung orange book, kung pwede ilagay sa baul at buklat-buklatin. Or kung may mga naghahanap pa dyan ng mga orange book, ay madali lang naman yan puntahan. Nasa tindahan lang yan. No? So, tayo, Bukniko, magpapasalamat tayo ng maigi sa ating panauhing pandangal. No? At sa mga nanonood sa atin, no? Bukniko, hindi ko po pwedeng kalimutan ang PASWI. Kasi iyan ay isa sa ating professional organization na siyang kumakatawan sa ating lahat. No? At marami tayong mga natutunan dyan. At magpasalamat ako sa PASWI, Bukniko, kasi meron akong lifetime. No? Ikaw ba, mayroon ka na? Lifetime ID?
Yes. Pagkatapos ng PhD mo, kailangan mo ng lifetime na daw yung price mo sa kanila.
And of course, Bukniko, nagdahil diyan sa PASWI, ang dami nating mga natutunan mula pa nung simula.
Yes, Bok, acknowledge ko lang si Professor Bing 14, babaeng biyahero. Helpline is now at your service.
Yes, Miss Bing, pwede pong hiramin muna ang inyong maikling personalidad.
Yes, Miss Bing, pwede mong i-share kay Professor TLM at sa ating taga-panood na now. Ito po yung Professor TLM, tinatawag po namin siyang babaeng biyahero. So tanungin po natin siya, anong ibig sabihin ng babaeng biyahero?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bing 14. Tan-tada!
Magandang gabi po. Sorry, wala akong video. Pero maraming salamat sa pagkakataong ito. 4Ks, congratulations. Ma'am Thelma Lee Mendoza, thank you so much for accepting the invitation, for being with PASWI during our convention tonight. Ang saya po nung naging event natin tonight. So thank you very much. So yung tanong, ano yung babaeng biyahero? Nakikita niyo po dito. Yung babaeng biyahero po ay isang campaign ng Safe and Fair Philippines. Ito po ay programa ng International Labor Organization at ang UN Women para po tulungan ang mga women migrant workers subject to violence. So kami po ay 3 social workers na tumutulong po, sumasagot doon sa mga tumatawag sa aming helpline. Nagpo-provide po ng online psychological first aid, psychosocial support, online counseling din at case management. So actually po yung inspiration ng ginagawa namin dito po sa babaeng bihiro po, malaki po ang naging bahagi po nung naging engagement po din namin sa United Registered Social Workers, kung saan po naging member po kami dahil kami ay member ng PASWI, at ako din po dahil nasa eskwelahan ako ay member din po ako ng NASWI. So maraming salamat for this opportunity at congratulations, ang saya po ng naging 4K special event natin tonight with special guests, Ma'am Thelma Lee Mendoza. Mukhang marami ang nag-take down notes ng ng mga sinabi kanina ni Ma'am Thelma Lee. So, tuwang-tuwa, ang daming comments talaga sa sa chat box natin kanina sa Zoom. So, maraming salamat po.
Alright, Ma'am Bing. Gusto din ni Ma'am Thelma magbigay ng mensahe para sa iyo at sa buong PASWI na rin na in time for this convention. Lalong-lalo na yung mga advices, mga tips for of course, unity, no? Yung parang ano bang tawag natin, Bukniko diyan?
Ayan, all hands on deck.
Yun.
All hands on deck.
Yan, okay. Sige, hingyan natin si Ma'am Prof Thelma. Ma'am, baka naman may maganda kayong tips para talagang maging solido ang lahat ng mga social workers sa buong Pilipinas.
Siguro ang talagang gusto kong makita ay ang mga social workers ay nagkakaisa. Tulad ng alam niyo yung integrated bar, ano tawag niyan, Integrated Bar of the IBP, Integrated Bar of the Philippines, yung sa mga doktor, Philippine Medical Association, nagkakaisa na baka strong. Alam mo, ang aking asawa, every year, hindi pwede hindi magbayad ng membership fee. Madalas ako pang nauutusan, pumupunta ako sa City Hall, magbabayad sa kanyang membership fee. Hindi niya nalilimutan yan. Sabi ko sana ang mga social workers ganun din na yung membership nila sa professional association ay hindi nila pababayaan, kasi whatever you say, it's good to have a national organization. And it will not really grow and be able to respond to what its members need kung hindi natin sinusuporta. Saan naman sila kukuha ng pondo? So let us support the IPO that is accredited by the Professional Regulation Commission, the PRC. Tapos, let us be active in it. Alam niyo, every year merong PRC Outstanding Social Worker Award, Outstanding Professional Social Award. You look around and nominate who you think is deserving. You could have a social worker sa direct practice na talaga namang ang buhay niya, tinataya niya pag may bagyo, merong landslide, may lahat, namamangka siya para lang makasagip o makapunta sa clients, madala ng tulong. Hindi kailangan na ang mga nagiging outstanding ay yung mga direktor lang o mga matataas ang posisyon. You could be outstanding, direct practitioner. Yun ang gusto ko talagang makita. So we have to be more active. And then write your experiences, yung mga magagandang cases ninyo. Gamitin nyo upang gamitin sa pagtuturo. Teachers need those case studies for teaching. That's where we get our knowledge and skills. So ganon. Gusto ko rin siguro magsalita sa mga graduate kasi majority of our social workers are graduates of the BSSW program, no? So I will really encourage you to have practice. You cannot go into teaching without practice experience. Paano ka naman magtuturo ng interviewing kung hindi ka mismo naka-experience ng maraming pagkakataon nag-interview ng iba't ibang klaseng problema ng iba't ibang clients, di ba? So, do not rush even if you are offered a good job. Do not rush into becoming a teacher of social work. Mag-practice ka muna and then you go into teaching because that is so important because you have to share with your students the knowledge that you've acquired from practice. Yun lang. So, yun lang ang message ko lang. Palaguin natin ang samahan ng professional association. Let us pay our dues every year. Let us help where we can. And let us be united. Right? So that later on, the profession will be perceived as a profession because alam natin hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin lahat ay nakakaintindi ng social work. Sa akin, by our actions, they will know us. Nasa atin yun eh. Paano natin mai-improve ang perception, ang tingin sa social work na hindi ito mga tigay-bigay lang ng sardinas pag kami may bagyo. Kundi ito ay isang profesyon na tumutulong batay sa kanilang pag-aaral kung sino ang dapat tulungan. So dapat ngayon, tayo ay nasa action natin, nasa behavior natin. The use of the self, yan ang ating tool, pinaka-importanting instrumento natin yan, yung ating sarili sa pagtulong sa tao para makita ng mga iba na ganun pala ang social work, hindi nagbibigay lamang ng sardinas at saka bigas kapag may bagyo. Okay?
Yeah,
So,
yes.
pero PASWI, binabati ko rin sa napakagandang nangyari ngayon yata at hanggang bukas mayroon pa. So I wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Yes, Bok, the importance of social equity, science and systematic intervention, social welfare intervention, and the importance of unity among us. So basically, Professor TLM, Bok,
Yes.
yes, you're such an inspiration to all of us, Professor TLM. Your words are guides in our practice, in our ethics, and in our profession. So, wag po kayo magsasawang maging panauhin ng 4Ks at makasama kaming dalawa at mag-cheers tayo.
All the time, I'm available.
Yes, yes. Okay. Bok, wala kang sound. Wala kang sounds, Bok.
Ano kasi natin yan?
Hindi, no. Kay Ricky, ma'am.
Viewing from Ricky's screen.
Yes, Professor TL. Napakaganda ng sinabi niya, Professor TLM, no? The importance of unity. We need to innovate nowadays and we need to change the narrative na hindi lamang tayo tigabigay ng bugas at sardinas.
Okay, Bok. So, ngayon, handugan natin si Ma'am ng isa pang awitin mula sa sariling atin. Bok, ayan, para sa kanya ito at para sa lahat ng mga social workers din na laging may mahal. Mahal na pamilya, mahal na sarili, mahal na bayan, may mahal na opisina at mga taong bayan na pinaglilingkuran. Alright, Bok?
Yes. Yeah, I'm proposing a toast, Bok. Cheers.
Alright.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers. for the social workers. Wala kang sounds, Bok. Bok, we cannot hear you. Bok, we cannot hear you. Okay. Siguro, Bok, we cannot hear your songs. Wala kayong audio, sir.
Wala kang boses, naririnig lang nila yung ano.
Sige, siguro, yes, Bok. Final words to our Professor TLM, to our listeners and viewers for tonight.
Omi, Nikki, Rick, Nikki?
Yes.
Yeah.
Final
So,
words.
sa inyong lahat, this has been a wonderful day, a wonderful time with 4K, with PASWI and the 4K. I hope that you are all feeling good about what has happened today. I send you all my best wishes, and I pray that we will all continue to work for the social work profession. Sana, yun on. Best wishes, everybody, and continue to do your best. Yun lang. Good night. Maraming salamat.
Mabuhay po kayo, Professor TLM. Direct G, any message? Thank you so much, Direct G.
Yes. Book Nico.
Yes, ayaw magpakita ni Direct G.
Dito na.
Direct G, any message to Professor TLM?
I am so thankful kay Ma'am TLM talaga. She was my professor back in 1995, and I never thought I will have the opportunity to work with her through 4Ks na magiging guest ko siya. I always enjoy chatting with her. Hindi nyo alam yan, we chat always. Ang haba-haba namin magkwentuhan ni TLM. So thank you so much TLM. I will always, treasure those times and the chat exchange that we had ditong through 4K. So cheers, ma'am.
Cheers. Cheers, ma'am.
Cheers. Best
Cheers.
wishes to 4Ks.
Yes. Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night. Good night. Good night,
Good night, ma'am.
Night.
Thank you.
Maraming